entertainment, relationships, art, culture. If it's happening to or around us, let's talk about it. My name is Qamil, your host, and I'd like to welcome you to the So Dope Show. Welcome to season 4 of the So Dope Show. I am so excited to be back, and I'm extra excited about my first guest of the season, who turns out was like one of my first guests of, I think, season 2 when I was doing a live show. But we are bringing it back to a more intimate setting where I don't have to worry about getting 8,000 people in the room, just me and my guests. So this person is multifaceted. He is an entrepreneur, a producer, a singer, a songwriter, a motivator. But today we are here to talk about his art and to celebrate him. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Myko Glaze back to the So Dope Show.
Yay! Applause. Just for me, though. Don't use it for anybody else.
Oh, wow. That's all right. That's typical Myko fashion.
Some artists want to stand on stage. Some artists,
I know. How you feeling?
I'm feeling well. Feeling well.
You just dropped some music
I did. I did.
after a 400-year hiatus.
Okay, that's a little judgy, but yes,
I
I've
was
been
there to
going for
see you.
I've been going for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. No.
Those who don't know, we're actual friends. So throughout that hiatus, I was there and was like, okay, when we're going to do the things, when you're ready, do the things. And the day has finally come.
The day has finally come. Yeah, the single dropped February 28th because I didn't want us to get out of Black History Month before I dropped.
Mhm. So I want to talk about, first of all, I want you to know that this episode, every episode this season, I have decided to make it all about celebrating the artists where they are right now. We all have a story, a journey. We all have, a whole thing about how we got to this point. But I think the fact that we made it here through everything,
Definitely.
even if we gave up and came back, we gave up, we came back, we got knocked down, we came back. But that's what I want to celebrate this season. So if for viewers, if you're watching, that's what we're doing for season 4. It's going to be less interview than it is. Listen, you're on the show. Let's talk about why you're dope. That's it. That's what I want to do. So we're starting with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh gosh, on camera, and I got to talk about why I'm dope.
Yeah. So I
Perfect.
want to start it off with something new. And it's
Okay.
going to be called my new segment. I'm going to put it on the screen. Bam. What I love about you. What I like about you. I
Okay.
like and I love your heart for people. You talk a lot of shit, but it's because you really love people. You really want everybody to do well, to think for themselves, to be kind, to do better by each other. And sometimes
Yes.
it's out to get us there. But that's passion, that's
You.
love, and I really love that you love pretty much everybody like that for the most part.
Yeah.
But that's what I
Pretty
love
much
about you,
everybody.
Myko Glaze. I love your heart.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. I would like for you, before we talk about the single, because we're going to circle back to that, to tell me
Okay.
something that you love about yourself. Celebrate yourself.
Ooh,
Mhm.
that's
And don't be
that's
mine.
a
Don't be mine.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Something I love about myself, the thing that I've learned to love the most about myself because I didn't recognize it at first, um, is I have a tenacity like about me, like a drive. I really didn't know it existed. Because I guess when I was younger, I didn't really I didn't have a lot of I didn't create goals because I used to say I don't want to be disappointed. And then at some point in life, uh, I realized that it's about like the things that I do. to get myself where I need to go. And so the drive to get something accomplished and to put myself in a space that like I've never seen before. I talk about it all the time. Like I grew up poor. So like the will to want to have better, um, I love that about myself. Like and the whatever it takes spirit to get there, you know. So that's my thing that I really love about myself.
That is fantastic. And that makes total sense as someone who has watched your journey from pretty much the beginning of your artistry back at Soul Dope Sunday to starting your various businesses and all the things from your little setup to now your elaborate setup and then doing music, doing something else. But now we're back to the music. So I want to know because, yes, you went through a lot of things, but we're going to talk about today
hmm
your process into getting to this single creatively. When like the light bulb went off and you just went in, and that led us to that release date.
Um, okay, so I at one time lost all of my like recording equipment and like my creative tools. And so that had gotten stolen from me. And my gift to myself on my last birthday was like I'm gonna buy a new um computer to do music with and I'm gonna buy the things that I need. Um, so I did. And at first I was just like, okay, I don't know where I'm going to go with this. But then I taught myself how to make beats. I literally sat here and taught myself like how to kind of compose. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to write. So I wrote, but specifically the single for you, it was written because I had to decide to go no contact with some family members. And in order to keep myself in that space, because I am so loving, you know what I mean? Um, I had to write something to remind myself of why I'm doing it and why it has nothing to do with anyone else. And also remind the next person to do it for you. You know, that's really like literally how we got to For You is me deciding that I want to make music again. But then in the process of all of that, having to decide where to place people. And so I decided to write the anthem for the no contact kids.
So if you haven't heard the song for you, Michael Glaze is available on all music platforms. So you should go
All
out
streaming platforms.
buy it because we really don't make any money off of streaming. We make money when you buy the things. So buy the things for you.
Sometimes you gotta clap for yourself, and it's alright to not need nobody else if you believe.
So is an album coming? Like what are we doing? A couple
mind your
albums?
mind your business, Camille.
Going on?
Actually,
You cooking over there?
yes, I am cooking. I'm cooking and then I'm burning and throwing things away, and then I'm cooking stuff and dropping it off at other folks' houses. It's a little potluck going on over here.
Huh?
But yes, the album's coming. It's actually um I'd say 74% done if I don't change my mind.
I understand.
It's called The Shift.
Why that?
And why that?
Why they type?
You want the answer that I typed to my friends
No, I
when we
want the
text?
real
You
answer.
okay.
Yes, the
The
real answer.
reason why I'm going to call this project The Shift is it's a couple of reasons. So one is the material represents a shift in who I am. It's been so long since I actually released music. And back in the day, I used to make music just so people would invite me to perform. And I used to make the things that people wanted to hear instead of the things that like I wanted to hear myself speak about. So it's a shift in how I make music. It's a shift in the type of material. I'm an old man now, so or granny, however I choose to identify.
Oh,
But it's a
someday.
shift in the material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My heart's not broken. I'm not searching for love. You know what I mean? Like the subject matter is different, so it's a shift. Also, now I can be honest here.
yeah, please do.
I had an experience in a room with a lot of professionals. Um, and I noticed the amount of arrogance amongst the artists. And I noticed like I didn't come up like we didn't come up like that, especially not locally, like around here. Like we clap for each other, we don't compete. Um, but we can compare, So, but I also said that let me clock the fuck back in. So it's just like me showing up for my shift in the music industry right now.
So good. Because not only did you come back, first of all, how long were you since you made drops of music? How long has it been?
Okay, now this is a little belligerent. But to be honest, since I've dropped music, it's been like 2014.
Okay, see, but the timing, it was timed the way that it should be, so that you can get where you are mentally. You had to go through the
Yes,
things you went through in order to make
yes,
the music that you're making, because it may have taken you, if you had just kept forcing yourself to do it, you may not have started producing the things that you're producing the way that you're doing them. So not only did you come back with your single as a producer, because who knew that was going to happen, but you're helping others like make really good music. You wrote and produced a song for me on my album that's coming up, and
and let me find out I got placement for real.
I don't really be letting people write for me like that. Like I like, because writing is for me, it's so personal. Like how you gonna tell my story better than I can tell my story? But you sent a song, and it was the perfect song for what was happening in my life at the time, and
Yes,
coming from someone who actually knows me and who has witnessed what is going on. So you're not just throwing tracks at people, you're
right.
actually curating music that you care about for people that you care about. And that is really special. And that's
Thank
really,
you.
and the song is really beautiful. And I can't wait for people to hear.
Thank you. I want to say on record though, thank you for like letting me like kind of get into your head. As a cancer, I'm a people watcher, you know what I mean? And I've had a bird's eye view to the things going on in your life, good, bad, peaks, valleys, people, alone. And I want to thank you for just kind of trusting me to use what I have to add to what you are doing. Like that's amazing. But I do have a question for you
So
because I
ask
do
me
know
a
you.
question.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
How did that feel to receive that, and how did it feel for you um, to decide that collaboration between us in that way?
I am in a very open season. So even though I say, I don't really let people write for me, I have
Hmm.
there's a lot of things that are going on that I can't control as much as I have all control being in charge of this and that. So I'm kind of just going with that feeling of just seeing what happens and
Right.
believing that God has aligned some things for me that I will not be able to receive unless I'm more open. And so
Okay.
when I heard the song, I was like, wow, I can hear myself singing this. I know that he gets me and knows what's going on. So why not? And then I went ahead and recorded that demo and was like, yeah, I'm glad.
it
I'm glad that I.
was it was a good one too.
Yeah, it's a really, yeah, and it really was. It's really pretty. So yeah, it was like openness is where I am, to open to good things. And man,
That's
having
beautiful.
that mentality and learning how to relinquish control really has the universe. It allows it to do some things that you wouldn't imagine at a pace that you wouldn't imagine. So
Yes. I tell people that like my clients that I work with, you can go with it and let it do what it needs to do, or you can go against it and make it a lot harder than it has to be. So
yeah,
I understand control. You did say Jesus is my manager.
Jesus is my manager. I said to my mom when I quit my last job a few years ago and was like, I'm just gonna be an artist. Jesus is my manager. And she was like, get off my phone.
You need to make a shirt. Jesus is my.
Well, that's not really What's something about you that would surprise people?
Hmm.
Don't have to be like
Something about
serious either. Like,
I know, but I live like a crazy open book. So,
Mhm.
but something about me that would surprise people is that I actually can dance, but like not like TikTok dance, but like real like on the stage at the theaters and like I actually can dance like that, like in like four different styles fluidly.
What styles? I'm
Mind
surprised.
your business.
Okay.
So, I used to actually teach hip hop dance to kids back in the day. I trained ballet, but like I'm no Sherelle Brown, don't worry. Um,
Nothing real.
but like I did ballet, I did tap, and I did contemporary modern.
Well, damn. I would love to see you in LA.
Listen, I come
Hey,
from
good money to see
I
that.
come from when they was still calling stuff the King Center, you know. So I come from I'm from the arts district here, so like yeah, I'm one of the first kids to get the cultivation from the institutions that were doing it back in the day. So yeah, but that's actually how I segued into wanting to sing and stuff because I quit piano there and started doing voice lessons. So that's where I start my love of music. I love the arts though. But yeah, I can dance.
Yes, because we didn't even talk about how you be writing amazing scripts, and
Thank
that's a whole lot.
you.
We can give that. We can do that another show when you do another production, because he does some productions.
You mean like the one in July coming up?
Like stage. What? What's coming up in July? Let's talk about
So
it.
in July,
Tell me a little bit. We'll do
I'm
another.
gonna do a dinner theater at Upfront Stage,
Okay. Do you know the date of this dinner theater?
July 19th.
Let me write that down.
I had
Okay.
to look at my whiteboard.
Lord willing, I will be there. My granddad told me that.
Please do.
Say Lord willing.
Please do.
Now
Lord willing.
I'll make an affirmation. I'm about to do this. He'd be like, Lord willing.
Baby, you know I'm a hoodoo practitioner. Do you want to come? Because
I'll be there.
we'll put you in the mirror. You'll be there. No.
Also, practitioner. What is your okay? Let me set the tone. Your phone rings, or you get an email, and it's an
Mhm.
invitation to perform somewhere, and you get really, really excited because this is the dream. What's this gig? What is it? Where are you
Oh
going?
wow. Um. Hmm. Okay. No, because this is funny. When you close your eyes and you're standing in front of the mirror with a brush in your face, where are you? Um, I'm at the American Music Awards,
That's big.
and I'm performing an original score of my own with an orchestra.
Yes. Hold on, my light died. That's ghetto. Okay.
Look at you.
Who is the king of R&B?
Oh wow. Jesus. No. Okay, so if you ask me who the king of R&B is, it's Charlie Wilson.
Uncle Charlie.
Charlie Wilson,
um, Amina, my daughter, who's now 17, you know her,
my friend,
like her favorite singer when she was like 8.
because she knows good music.
She
That his voice is timeless.
loved Charlie Wilson.
His voice is timeless. He still sounds like the first song. Um, and as well as like he's kind of conducted himself in an R&B manner without all of the like problematic behavior. But I'll say like my most recent, what made me say this out loud, because I was talking to Jay Esquire, saying this out loud. Charlie Wilson, from You Dropped a Bomb on Me to The Devil and I Got Up to Dance a Slow Dance, has just gotten progressively better over the years. It's fine wine. And even when it's live, it's fine wine. He's the king of R&B.
His voice is not faltered, not one bit, because people falter,
Nope.
and he went
Nope. And I only call him the king of R&B because I think that Stevie Wonder is just the king of
the
art.
king of art, the king of music. I agree.
Yes.
I don't think that, like, who do you put up with Stevie? Like, realistically, nobody. So I agree with
Nobody. We're all his sons.
everybody. His sons, all them artists, his sons.
Yeah.
Period. Let's see. What's your favorite Michael Glaze song?
My favorite Myko Glaze song. Ooh, that's a good. So my favorite Myko Glaze song is my unofficial first single because For You is the first single that I released to all platforms. Um, my favorite Myko Glaze song is Come Back. And it's the song that I wrote it for a specific reason. Well, I mean, I can talk
Yes.
here. My best friend died. And the way that I expressed myself was I used these gifts to like pin like just kind of like a letter to my emotions. And that's my favorite Michael Glaze song. I considered releasing it to all platforms as a single because I did like a little picture video situation with it.
Mhm.
But it is gonna go on the album for sure. I just didn't release it separately as a single. But that's my favorite Michael Glaze song. I've never been more vulnerable. I've never been more honest. And I've never felt myself in a song more.
I can't wait to hear it. And I've heard everything I've heard so far. It's been fantastic and different. You even had something freaky on there that I'm not expecting. So
Don't be being,
yes.
don't
What
do
he,
that.
he out here? What he been over there doing? Being grown and being
Hey,
deep.
listen, I told you it's ranging from I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I might rap.
A little bit of rap, producing, singing, make you cry, make you feel things.
All tingly in the middle and such.
Things, you know. Let's see. Oh, my dinner party question. So this is one of my favorite questions. I probably asked you in season 2, but your answers might change. At least one of them. Well, one of them I already know the answer to. But if you were to have a dinner party and you can invite 5 artists, dead or alive, any genre, any kind of artist. Usually I go specific with the genre, but I'm gonna switch it up. Anybody,
Okay.
any kind of creative person, who will be at your dinner party?
Okay, first of all, Whitney's coming again.
Clearly.
Um, that's my godmother. Okay, so we're sitting with Whitney Houston, um, Charlie Wilson on the strength. Um, whew, Whitney Houston, Charlie Wilson. I'm gonna say Prince, just because I got some questions for him. He can keep it real with me at the end of the table. That's 3.
Mhm.
So Whitney Houston, Charlie Wilson, Prince, and I'd love to sit with Beyonce for like a couple hours. Don't do that. Unroll your eyes.
I was counting.
And last but not least, who do I? So there's this comedian, right? And her name is Takara Williams. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but if you ever get a chance to like look her up, look her up. I want her to be at the dinner party with us because I just think that she would liven it up, and I like the way she carries her material. So I just would want to spend time with her and her creative, like just her brain, and we eat and chop it up and make fun of people and stuff.
Like shit, live it up with Whitney there.
But I mean, between her and Whitney, it can't go
Her,
wrong.
Whitney, and Princess Side Eyes. Fabulous
And
dinner party.
Beyonce not wanting to be there with
I'll
everybody
say not
else.
wanting to be there and very quiet.
She's gonna come and she's gonna enjoy herself, so we're gonna buy her some Popeye's chicken like she like.
Like, here, kick in. She's going to observe the room.
And I'm cool with that. Just be there with me, and then Charlie Wilson for good measure, because
So
somebody has to be mature.
absolutely. All right. I have one more question before I do my
Okay.
favorite segment with you. And that question is, what do you want people to know about you?
Hmm. What I would like for people to know about me. Um, oh gosh. Okay, this is my 2025. I think everybody should know. Stop playing with me. And then that's probably not the answer you wanted, but it's the one I'm gonna stick.
Answer,
Stop
the
playing
real
with
answer.
me. And I say that because I think that I've learned that even in creative spaces, in professional spaces, sometimes people think that because like I do this leveled out thing these days, that I don't have like a turn up on me. Um, and it's not saying like extremely violent, but like just a turn up. Like if you doubt me, I'm gonna show you. If you want to fight me, I'm gonna oblige that. You know what I mean? Like, but just stop playing with me, and we won't need any of those things to happen, because anything is possible.
I mean, you always say what you want, and with the disclaimer, I can fight. So I don't know why people don't believe or want to.
Well, I laugh and I do the love and light thing and so I present in a certain way that makes people underestimate me. And when it comes to music and creativity, I've been gone so long and doing other things that I just think that sometimes people like either this generation that came in don't know the influence that I would have or do have. But also like people sleep on the fact that this is what I do. So when they think about me not doing it anymore, they forget that once I put my foot into it, I'm on next. And I'm gonna leave it alone.
And you can fight.
And I can fight. But I'm gonna save that for leather jacket, Myko.
You can fight. Okay, we're gonna close this out with my favorite segment of all time for the So Dope Show. And if anybody
Okay.
else does it, they stole it because I made it up. And that is 30 seconds of joy. That is where
Okay.
I set a timer and you spend 30 seconds talking about something that makes you ridiculously happy. It could be something serious, something, I don't know. I don't know. We've had everything from cartoons to weed to like whatever. Something that makes you joy, as deep or as whatever you want. So think about your thing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to set my timer. All right, everybody. It is time for my favorite segment, 30 Seconds of Joy. And we are going to have Michael Glaze with his 30 Seconds of Joy starting now.
Okay. So my 30 seconds of joy is healing. I love watching us heal as a people. I love the process of healing individually. I love facing the problem, figuring out if there is a solution, and if it is, getting to it, or if it's not, figuring out how we're going to leave that thing where it's at to go to something with a solution. But we are healing, and I'm proud of everyone that's trying to do it.
Perfect. Dismiss.
Did
Thank
you say dismiss?
Yeah, it said dismiss on my phone. It was
Oh,
not dismiss you. That is so rude.
welcome back for your new season.
Thank you. Season 4.
And
I
thank
kept
you for allowing me to be a part of this endeavor. You always bring me with you. And thank you for
absolutely.
that.
You already know that I'm good. If I get too quiet, you be like, you good? You alive over there? Was
Girl, are you alive?
if nobody else checks in, at some point you're gonna be like, ma'am, what's
Cause
up?
I gotta check on your IL. You be hating on him.
Yael is my 2 almost 3-year-old, and he is turning me every way but loose.
He's her cancer baby.
Every way. I
He's her
spent
moon child.
so much of my life talking trash about cancers. My sister's a cancer, and we didn't get along when we was growing up. We tight now.
No.
That was my
I love politics.
that was what I based that on. And then I was like, I'm done having kids. And then the Lord was like, not only is there one more. Surprise!
But isn't her birthday the 28th?
Yeah, so he's right. Like it's 28th, 29th, you, 30th, Yael.
Yep. You got a big 3-day stretch coming up in June. Are you excited?
Yes.
Well, I won't bring your baby no whiskey, but I'm definitely gonna get him some something.
He did get his ice cream. So yeah.
Good.
Yes. Shout out to Yael. I'm excited for everything
Yes.
you have coming. I'm excited for everything for to see you come through what you just came through and to be able to
Thank you.
smile and to be excited about stuff. Like that's
Thank you.
really a beautiful thing to see.
I appreciate that immensely. Thank you. Feels good to be seen.
And we will talk.
That's what Baba Tony. Shout out to Baba Tony. It's good to see you. It's good to be seen, young man.
Any party
Tony
words for
West.
people?
Um, Parting words, keep going. Don't stop. Don't fuck it up. And if you do, try again.
Right.
But also stay tuned for we got the remix for you coming out very, very soon. I'm not gonna tell y'all what date, I'm just gonna drop it and it's gonna go. That's featuring Jay Esquire. And then the second single will actually probably be coming top to mid-May. And it's gonna be very creative. So those are my parting words. Go stream and download and purchase For You by Myko Glaze. And yeah.
That's the benediction. Thanks for tuning in
To the Soul Dope Show.